Good morning, everyone, and welcome to After GMS. It is the day after the Greensboro Municipal elections here. It's Wednesday, July 27th. We have your results in a little bit, but we also have a fun show planned for you with your Mega Millions conversation, a forecast, and another fun topic at the end. So stick with us. We've got a whole lineup.
Yes.
Look how I just laid it all out.
I love it. Hey, you teased ahead. Certainly our weather is teasing us.
Yeah.
With
Not
much relief though. I mean, it's like a tease, like, okay, we have storms. Will it cool off? No. Storms. Will it cool off? No. Repeat.
Yep, that's pretty much it. If you came here looking for change, you're not going to get it. However, I can assure you if there is change, there will be eventually in Piedmont weather, and I'll be the first to let you know that. Until then, take a look at this. This is nice, right? Ah, everybody say, ah, there we go. Beautiful sunrise over Wake Forest this morning. I always love looking at that camera when the sun comes up. And by the way, just some bookkeeping here. If you are keeping up with those sunrises and sunsets, sunrises are back to about 6:20, so they're getting later. Sunsets are getting a little earlier too. Of course, that's what we expect as we head toward fall, do we not? Dew points are still very thick this morning. Low mid 70s for pretty much all of us. Upper 70s, even to near 80 along the coast of North Carolina down to South Carolina. There is plenty of humidity to go around, no doubt about that. And this is our current weather setup. We talk about it all the time in the summer. It's that really the westward extension of the Bermuda high. So we have the area of high pressure sitting out over the island of Bermuda, which means we get a south wind, which not only pulls in warmer air from the south, it also pulls in all of that moisture off of the Atlantic and out of the Gulf of Mexico as well. And that just fuels us with moisture in the way of humidity, which can actually lead to a better chance for flash flooding in the afternoon because our air is so juiced up. There's so much moisture in the atmosphere. That weather setup doesn't really break down for a while, but the one thing we do have is a front that tried to get close to us yesterday, and that was what prompted our storms. And now it's kind of stalled out just to our north. So with it close by today, we'll have scattered showers and storms again that we'll have to track on radar this afternoon, most likely. Tomorrow for your Thursday, I think there's a lesser storm chance because there won't really be any forcing or anything to really lift our air. Although, as we go into the weekend, we'll start to see that change again as this cold front approaches us from the northwest, and that will send our storm chances up over your Saturday and Sunday. For the here and now, though, today, most all of us in a level 1 risk for severe weather. Not everybody's getting a storm, but the ones that do pop up would have the ability to become strong or severe with damaging winds and some localized flash flooding. That would be possible, too. Mainly after 2 o'clock until about 8 o'clock. You know, storm o'clock is the new 2 o'clock in the Piedmont. Seems like every day we're doing this thing, right? Just kind of copy and paste, rinse and repeat. And as you notice on Futurecast, hard to pinpoint where those storms are going to be exactly, but just know it's a good idea to keep check on the weather from time to time, especially if you plan to be out this afternoon and this evening. I would check the weather. I would check the radar, maybe that News 2 radar app before you leave work to head home, just in case there's a storm somewhere along the way. Upper 80s to near 90 this afternoon. I think we'll stay just shy of that 90-degree mark. And this is worth noting, our average high temperature, the hottest it ever gets, is 89 degrees in the Piedmont. Now it's starting to fall again. Our average high is 88. I know it's not impressive. It's not a lot. There will still be some hot days, but at least is a signal of changes to come as we head over the next few months as we head into the fall season. There's your 7-day forecast. We're hovering around the 90-degree mark through the end of the work week with that 40% scattered storm chance through the end of the week into your Friday. Storm chance goes up to a 60% scattered about for your Saturday and Sunday, and with the extra clouds and the better storm chance, knock our temperatures back a little bit to the mid-80s Saturday and Sunday, but we warm right back up heading into next week.
All right, so our first conversation is one that we started yesterday, but there was no winner. So we're going to continue it this morning because now the jackpot is really up there. Mega Millions, but let's call it the Mega Billions as of this morning because the jackpot is now $1 billion after no one won last night's drawing.
So, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No. Go for it.
I was going to say, so if you cut that down from $1 billion after you take all the taxes out, what's that end up being?
Many million.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Probably, I mean, is it 10%? So, I mean, it's a nice round number, so it would be 900,000, right?
Yeah, still plenty. No.
I mean, I guess it depends on like what the total amount is because people are still buying tickets, so.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I don't know.
Plenty of money. It'd be plenty of money.
Right,
Enough.
plenty of money. Enough to do whatever you want.
That's right.
Drop a comment here on our feed. Are you considering buying a ticket if you have not already done so? Are you going to buy another one? Do you let the computer generate your numbers? Do you pick them? Go ahead and drop a comment. Here's some background. Officials say the grand prize could continue increasing as more people buy tickets. For the record, the largest payday so far was $1.58 billion. That was back in 2016. Remember all the craziness back then? Now with more people buying tickets, your odds of winning are getting slimmer, about 1 in 300, 2.5 million. You could buy enough Mega Millions tickets, hypothetically, to try to secure a win, but it would be pretty expensive. $600 million to play all the combinations. And if someone else won, well, that means you'd be splitting the prize. So, yeah, might not want to take that route.
I'll split my prize with y'all to increase my chances of winning.
Right. Well, you know, I usually bet on sure things, like if I'm at McDonald's and they say, hey, review this or your service and we'll give you a coupon for something. I might actually take the time to do that because it is, I give you this, you give me that.
Right, guaranteed.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, the sure thing. But if it's something where like you have a chance to win, I'm like, you know, I don't want to, you know, take time out of my day to have a chance at something. Either I give you this, you give me this. Just like I pay for the lottery ticket, you should give me a prize.
There you go.
It doesn't work that way though.
Don't think it
Doesn't
works
work
that
that
way.
way.
No.
Participation.
It doesn't.
Participation prize.
Participation trophy.
Everybody gets a
I
trophy.
participated, I tried to win, and here, it's a thank you.
Yeah, those are controversial in themselves, aren't they?
All right, Rhonda said she lets the computer generate for her. She will be buying those tickets today. We also heard from Sean, who lives in Australia, who wants to participate. He wants to know if he can do it online. I don't think so. I think you're going to have to make a trip to the U.S. and fast if you want to participate in our drawing. Shanika's considering buying a ticket or 2 or 3. LeVar is on it.
There are a lot of people who are considering buying 1, 2, or 3 tickets today now that the prize money is up to $1 billion. I mean, I think any amount is amazing, especially if you're getting more than what you currently have. But, you know, it's one of those situations where this might be the day to do the office pool because the prize is so large. Even if, I mean, you win and there's 20 other people who win with you, you're still going to get a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might be worth it to share it with people you know.
Right.
Than with, you know, strangers across. Well, you could probably still have to share it with strangers potentially. But
you know, you can buy so many tickets and you could still not win. I think about that because when I was a kid, the Asheboro Copperheads were a baseball team that played during the summer. And they gave away this Dr. Pepper mountain bike. I remember it clear as day. And I went and I said, I want to register to win that. So my mom and dad bought me a ticket. And I bought one ticket and put it in. And the lady there working the little counter, she said, I don't know if you're going to win. She said, that guy in front of you just bought 45 tickets.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, well, I won the bike.
You
and
did.
I bought one ticket.
Good for you.
Wow.
So I've always, anytime I've put in for like a raffle or anything, I've always bought one ticket because of that one day that I won that bike.
Wow.
Oh, lucky you.
Have you won anything else since then?
I've never won anything else since that.
Okay.
So
But
I mean, but there was that one time.
there was that one time.
That is so funny. I
is
love
great.
that. Carl said he feels like his wife has already spent $1 billion on tickets, so when they win, they'll only break even.
Bobby said he's buying 2 today just to kind of make up, I guess, for the ones that didn't win yesterday because he bought some yesterday too, I believe.
LeVar said we're still welcome to his island when he wins it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
LeVar.
LeVar.
And the flight.
In the space plane.
Oh yeah, he's buying a
spaceship.
spaceship too, as he said yesterday.
That's so funny.
He has us covered wherever we want to go. All right, this is a fun first conversation. We will see who wins eventually.
Yeah, it could take a while. Remember one jackpot, it took like 10 weeks before, you know, anybody won it. So we
be a
will
repeat.
see. It could be.
All right.
All right, here locally, the top story, the Greensboro Municipal election. Let's talk about that. With turnout what experts expected it would be in a summer election, just 16% of registered voters either making it out to the polls or voting early. The State Board of Elections says 32,868 votes were cast out of the 203,311 registered voters in Greensboro. The Guilford County Board of Elections is waiting for all absentee and mail-in ballots postmarked by Election Day yesterday to come in by this Friday. Let's talk about this tight race for Greensboro mayor. Current mayor Nancy Vaughn and council member Justin Outling battling it out for months now. but incumbent Nancy Vaughn is the projected winner with 425 votes separating them. The State Board of Elections shows Mayor Vaughn received 43% of the vote, whereas Justin Outling received nearly 42%. Again, that difference, 425 votes. Since it is more than a 1% difference, this does not qualify for an automatic recount. Outling, though, not conceding. He wants to make sure all absentee ballots are counted. By the way, notice that last line there, 15% of the votes, that's 4,921 ballots, had write-in candidates on them.
City council seats also were on the ballot. The incumbents all on track to keep their seats. Here's a look at the at-large seats. The top three candidates were the winners: Yvonne Johnson, Mary Kay Abuzawader, and Hugh Holston. Incumbents and will stay. Katie Rosabi came in a close fourth. Voters also voted yes to all 5 bond items on the ballot, totaling $135 million for various projects.
So that will talk about housing, parks and recreation, law enforcement, including the fire services building. So we have a lot of items that were approved last night by voters.
Yeah, the mayor said that they're going to start planning those projects, drawing out some blueprints, and we should start seeing construction on a few of them start soon. WFMY News 2's Denise McMiller breaks down the bonds in detail.
Well, now that the voters said yes, the city of Greensboro plans to deliver on a safer and brighter future for the city of Greensboro. Here's a breakdown of each bond item and how you voted. These results show people who want to see affordable housing, parks and rec expansions, facility upgrades to both the fire and police departments, and transportation improvements in the city. These changes cost money, $135 million worth. The most costly project of them all is the $70 million for several parks and rec projects. They include the new Windsor Rec Center and Battleground Parks District improvements.
When I think about bond measures, I really think about not just what's going on now, but what's going to take place in the future. I mean, if my kids want to enjoy parks and rec 10 years from now, those facilities they'll use have to be voted on now.
Now, funding these projects will cost taxpayers. Property tax owners will see a 1 1/4 cent increase. For instance, a home worth $100,000 would be a $12.50 increase, and an extra $25 for a home worth $200,000. Now, City Council put this tax increase in their budget, anticipating the passing of these bonds. So this tax increase is already approved by the city.
You can find all of the Greensboro Election Day headlines on our website, WFMYnews2.com. All right, we have a second conversation here that we're bringing to the table, something you are all feeling in your wallets, a little bit of relief as gas prices start to drop.
Yeah, nationwide gas has steadily decreased over the last few weeks, even here in Greensboro.
With some relief at the pump. Maybe you're considering a last-minute summer getaway.
Oh.
All right. Let us know in the comments while we give you some more information.
All right, so Gas Buddy says the average price of gas here in Greensboro is now below $4 for the first time in months. And petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan said prices at the pump could dip even lower.
The national average has gone down for 6 weeks in a row. Every state has seen a decline in the last week. Greensboro prices just today slipping under the $4 a gallon average for the first time in months. The average now $3.99 across the entire country. Economic concerns have pushed down the price of oil on the fears that rising interest rates are going to choke off the economy and could cause a recession.
So if you're looking to find the cheapest gas in your city, head to our website, WFMYnews2.com. We have a full list of the lowest prices. All right, what are you thinking about these lower prices? I mean, obviously anything counts, but to me, still close to $4 is a lot. And I'm noticing the impact of that every time I fill up.
I like your wording, lower prices.
Not
because
low,
not
but
low.
lower.
They're not low.
Because
no.
they are still incredibly high, and it's still putting a pinch, on my wallet, and I'm sure all of yours as well. I am a little bit, I'm hesitant to be like, yeah, they're back and we can make plans and we can go out and, do all the things that we had been wanting to do, because who knows when the prices are going to go back up or what could trigger it. again. So I'm just kind of like, I've been practicing, trips in moderation, filling up, only when necessary, trying to combine activities so that I don't have to, make several trips out at one time. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that and not really plan for any trips right now until gas is like under $2, and I'm like,
steadily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not like back yet.
No.
Christian, you said you were spending time on a lake around the 4th, and you hardly noticed any boaters. And I suspect that that's because, it's hard to fill up your car. How are you going to fill up a boat to go on a joyride?
Yeah, usually the weekend of the 4th is packed on the lake, and it was just not busy at all. The 4th, there were some people out there on the 4th, but it was just like that one day only. And I noticed it this past weekend when I was there too. And I think because gas had come down a little bit, it was busier on the lake this past weekend than I had seen over the entire 4th, or really over the past month. And I think probably for that reason. I was in Asheboro too over the weekend with my family, and I bought gas for $3.56. I happened to drive by, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Right.
I'm gonna fill up while I can." I had probably a little under a half a tank, but I said I might as well fill up. Why have it here?
Right.
Well, it's cheaper.
Absolutely. But then you are also, burning gas a lot because you're making that trip. What is it, 20 miles?
Yeah, it's about 25 miles.
Yeah. So
I got to make that trip again today, so I've got about 3/4 of a tank. So when I swing by there, if it's still there, I'm gonna swing right back. Top it off.
Yeah. How about you, Meg? You said that you're starting to feel the difference.
Yeah, we actually filled up in Asheboro the other day too. My husband's family's from there, so we travel there quite often, and that makes a noticeable dent in the gas tank every time we go. Even though it's all highway, but obviously you're going more than 55 miles per hour, which is the recommended speed to decrease your fuel efficiency. But you can't drive 55 on 73.
Either I'm becoming more impatient, or people are driving slower, closer to 55 to try to save gas up the highway.
That's good.
Yeah.
If everybody does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Asheboro is a place, because Carl typed in about that. He said, I bought gas in Asheboro yesterday for $3.63. So
See?
I bought gas for $3.27 at Costco.
Oh, that's good.
The other day.
Hell, those
It's a
points.
membership.
Yeah.
Yep. And you get extra points because, we feed a small army at my house. So yeah, I filled up for quite a bit. And then my mom said with her points at Harris Teeter that she bought gas for $3.39 because she had so many cents, I guess, off the gallon.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. So there are ways, to get a lower prices. But Preston White had said maybe eventually it'll get down to $2.49, which is where it was.
About where it was.
Right,
Yeah.
about that. Bobby said he found gas yesterday in Danville for $3.68 a gallon. I think I just got Costco some business here because people are saying, I need to go there, LeVar actually typed that in. Yeah, it's a membership, obviously. But and Joanne said Sam's also, which is another option because they have those club memberships, which I guess you pay for it, right, at some point because you're paying in to be able to purchase things at a discount or in bulk. So
You might as well use the discount, right?
Yeah.
When you can, although
Might as well.
Costco is notorious for those long lines sometimes, especially in peak hours. Sam's too, when everybody's trying to fill up. So you kind of got to give yourself enough time to do it.
yeah, true. Or going off peak times.
Right.
Things I hate waiting in line for. Golf, because you should be keeping a speed, and waiting in line at gas pumps.
Did you say
and
golf?
gas.
Golf.
Because you should be keeping a speed.
You should be keeping your pace.
Oh,
I hate when people
okay.
slow down.
Okay, yeah.
I hate waiting on.
For
I hate
people to move
hitting
holes.
and then
Yeah.
waiting, and I hate waiting at gas pumps.
Right. That's what
because-
makes it so long sometimes.
Yeah, it just drags it out.
Right.
And if you wait at the gas pump, you're sitting there burning all that fuel while you're waiting.
Right. True. Okay.
Yes, it's all a payoff.
It is all a payoff. Shanika said, I feel some relief seeing the prices go down. Woosah, she said, which is a nice bit of relief because, whatever you're saving at the pump, you can put into other things. And maybe you have been neglecting some things because you know that you have to budget in more money for gas. So maybe now you can, put those resources in other places, get caught up on some other things.
Great conversation. Of course, this is not the last time we'll be talking about this.
No.
Hopefully, we will continue to have good news about declines.
Yeah, and hopefully Preston is right. $2.49 sounds a lot better than $3.99 on
Sure
average.
does.
Sure
Love to be
does.
back there.
All right, I would love to be back in 75-degree high temperatures for the day, not overnight low temperatures and humidity.
Me too. Wouldn't we love that?
When does that happen?
Yep, not right now.
Anytime soon?
Megan's birthday in October.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all come in when we get to October, yeah, and we'll talk. Temperatures hover around 90. Hey, but we're going to be in the 70s tonight. Tomorrow morning. Does that work for you? No, doesn't work, does it? Keep an eye out for scattered thunderstorms this afternoon, too. A few may be able to pack a punch like we saw yesterday. And this really is kind of the flavor of the rest of the week. Hot and muggy, daily chances for pop-up showers and storms. That'll continue through the rest of the work week into your Friday. And then the storm chance goes up a bit even more as we go into your weekend. We'll have another slow-moving cold front that approaches the Piedmont. That'll increase our storm chance. And with a better chance for rain, more clouds, we'll see our temperatures hover in the mid-80s, which is actually a little bit below normal. Average high right now is 88 degrees. So we'll be a little below normal over the weekend, but a better chance for storms. Storm chance comes down as we go into the middle of next week, but we get back up close to 90.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Preston said, let it be fall. LeVar said, bring back the 70s. And then Carol Harris, our snowbird, said, can't wait for snow.
Oh, boy.
Soon enough, Carol, I'm sure.
Right. And you never know what kind of winter we'll have.
Right about this time every year, my inbox starts to get flooded with people who say, what day is fall? When does fall start?
We had a few people commenting about the sun already setting earlier, so showing signs of fall.
Yeah, that's one thing, too. You know, it started back in the end of June when we had this summer solstice when it officially became summer. But now, you know, it's a gradual change. But now you're starting to notice, you know, this morning when I was looking at our sky cams, I was like, oh, yeah, the sun's not rising until 6:20 now. Sunsets are starting to get a little earlier. So we're starting the changeover.
Right. It's still throwing me off, though, with these evening showers and storms. You know, it gets darker quicker. Maybe the sun doesn't come back up, you know, because it's already, you know, cloudy and whatever. So my kids are like, so what time is it? I'm like, because they know. I'm like,
Time
it's
for bed.
time
Don't
for
make me
bed.
go to bed yet, Mom.
It might be 6:30, but it's never a good time. I mean, not a good time to take a nap. All right, it is 8:09. We could probably use one right now. Thank you guys so much for joining us on After GMS.
We'll see you back here on WFMY News 2 at noon. Have a great day.
See you.